weird fucking guys. You're doing a manly thing, and you're a fucking dork.
I've got my lightsaber wearing my Pokemon hat today. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Wow, you're a real Renaissance man, you know that?
Goddamn man-child.
What a fucking dork.
Yeah. But he's our dork.
This is not for children.
It's not for children, Chris. This
John?
show is not for children.
Jonathan! Your name's not Jonathan, is it?
No, it's not.
We've already had that conversation.
Yeah. Nope. It's
Johnny!
Just John, dude.
Just
so,
John.
Today...
Dude, you wrote a fucking paragraph.
Yeah, man. I needed a jumping off point.
Jesus Christ.
I'm all amped up on caffeine right now. Oh my god.
Yeah!
No, I'm working on like I don't know, probably about 30 ounces of coffee right now.
Outstanding.
So, last week we talked about conspiracies.
Yeah.
We said a lot of bad words.
I did.
Yes,
You didn't.
I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
And so we're recording this for people that don't know, just a little behind the curtain here. Today is September 10th. It's the eve of 9/11, and we're going to get into that maybe a little bit.
Okay.
But I wanted to talk about some things, and I'm just going to throw these out here at you, and I want you to guess what you think might have happened here.
Okay.
And I'm almost guaranteeing you're going to guess wrong. All right? So, what do all these things have in common? Okay? A contaminated waterfall in Brazil in 2022. A wildfire at Fort McMurray in 2021. An explosion in New Hampshire in 2021 of 80 pounds of explosives. Okay? A guy who was accused of building bombs in New York in 2021. A plane crash in Cancun in 2021. Forest fires in El Dorado, California in 2020. A pipe bomb explosion in Knoxville, Iowa. A car explosion in Australia.
We're going outside
And
the country.
wildfires in Tucson, Arizona. What do all of these have in common? What do you think this is all a result of? Sounds like some shit a supervillain would do, right?
Well,
Or a terrorist.
I mean, at first, and I'm still skeptical, but at first I thought, is this some climate change? You said conspiracy, and I'm like, is this like some kind of like conspiracy about climate change?
It's not about conspiracy. These are actual events that did happen. What do they all have in
but
common?
everybody's a conspiracy theorist nowadays.
This was all caused by one
it's not climate change?
thing. Not climate change. It's definitely not climate change.
Really?
Nope. What do you think they all have in common? All those
You said
incidents.
like a pipe bomb. You said fucking, what'd you say? Like 60,
contaminated
60
waterfall.
pounds? Yeah, contaminated.
Waterfall in Brazil.
This isn't like eco-terrorism or some weird shit, or like
A wildfire in Fort McMurray, Alberta, Canada.
a wildfire.
An explosion in New Hampshire of 80 pounds of explosives.
80 pounds.
80 pounds.
As much as my dog.
A plane crash in Cancun.
A plane crash.
Forest fires in El Dorado, California. Forest fire. Okay.
A whole forest.
A pipe bomb explosion in Knoxville, Iowa.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about
Okay,
right now.
you know what these all are a result of?
What?
Gender reveal parties.
What?
Gender reveal parties, dude.
An explosion? They blew a fucking...
Dude,
Wait, a plane crash?
motherfucker, listen to me.
They contaminated the water?
So the only reason I'm fascinated by this, the other day I'm at home and I don't have cable. You know, I stream everything.
So, like, the end of the world is coming because people were...
Yeah, gender reveal parties, bro.
For babies. You're saying for babies.
For babies that aren't even born yet. So the other day, I want to say like maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday of this week.
I was still on the conspiracy thing, and I was like...
It's not a conspiracy.
I know, but you kept... Well, even gender, I got, like, caught up in the moment and was like, wait, gender? What? This is a gender thing? And I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? I don't
Imagine when
understand.
these kids are 4 years old and they decide they don't want to be little boys or girls anymore.
Oh
this
my
is all for
God.
naught.
Let's not
But,
go down that fucking road.
But anyway.
Last episode was a dumpster fire.
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
With a train running into it.
Yeah.
With fucking homeless people inside of it.
I just thought this was like fascinating. I'm watching the news the other day, and I see these people. This guy goes flying by. Like there's all these people gathered. They're having a little party.
Yeah.
Right. It's a gender reveal party, and this little like it almost looks like a fucking World War II biplane. Just the most flimsiest fucking plane I've ever seen in my life. Comes fucking flying overhead, like over the party at a low altitude, and they let out all this pink fucking glitter. Like just drops all this pink glitter to reveal that this couple's having a fucking little girl. And as the plane starts to fucking go upward again, the fucking thing just collapses. The plane starts fucking falling apart, right? Everybody at the party is completely unaware that this is happening above them.
Really?
So it doesn't affect them. They're all still celebrating and all this shit. The plane's far enough away that it's not affecting them. But the plane the fucking wing falls off. Everything. Plane just disintegrates midair, crashes, pilot fucking dies. He's the only guy in the fucking plane. This guy dies.
Wow.
Dies. Right? And, like, I couldn't help but, like...
Did they name the baby after him?
Dude, baby's not even born yet.
They better name the fucking baby after him.
It was a little girl. Pilot was a man.
What was his name?
I don't fucking know. But my point being is...
You can convert John's Joanne, like, just do a little...
But it's just like, I chuckled a little bit. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And then they kind of like, as the news went on, they would go back and revisit it. And they started to like point out incidents where like people have done some wild shit for these gender reveal parties. Like forest fires.
A forest fire. How did that happen?
Dude, I'd have to go back and research it.
Yeah.
But my point being is this.
You lit a whole fucking forest on
Yes,
fire.
to let the world know what kind... I'm going to tell you right now, okay? My daughter went to a gender reveal party yesterday for my niece.
Yeah.
And she texted me and told me my niece having twins. And she texted me, she said, she's having girls. And I went, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm gonna send
I don't
her
really give a shit that much.
It's not that I don't give a shit. I'm gonna
yeah,
say,
I don't mean it that.
I'm going
I
to
don't mean
say
it like in a bad way.
congratulations to my niece and whatever.
Yeah.
And guess what, dude? I'm never going to think about it ever the fuck again.
Well, it's a trend right now. And
It's
especially with the internet and video and all that stuff, like everybody wants to do, like I'm a car guy. I've seen plenty of guys that I guess they're getting special tires for their cars that
Like give off like a blue or pink smoke.
I don't know how they're doing it. I don't really know. Or they're like, maybe they're parked on top of like a container that has like the powdered inside of it. But yeah, it'll start shooting out pink or blue smoke out of the back of it. And you think to yourself, dude, you're doing this big elaborate thing to let us know whether it's a boy or a girl.
And guess what, dude?
Which, by the way, is kind of offensive, really, because the kid didn't decide yet, So, like...
Yeah, the kid doesn't... It's up to the kid to decide.
Dude, fuck you, man.
But,
let green smoke come out of the back of them tires.
So, I guess, like, of all these things that I mentioned, the two that were most... The forest fire in El Dorado, California fucking blows my mind.
Yeah.
So, here's the story on that. A pyrotechnic device being used for this big announcement, combined with the hot and dry California climate, was a recipe for disaster. The gender reveal party went up in flames literally, starting a fire that burned 22,000 acres in California.
22,000 acres
in California and killed a firefighter.
Holy
The couple are now
shit.
facing one charge of involuntary manslaughter.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Not to mention all the fucking trees that they just
Yeah.
fucking nuked.
Like you're and for what?
Do you think that's what happened in Hawaii?
I don't care if your kid is a boy or a girl. If I'm in the fucking restaurant with it and it's fucking crying, I can't stand your kid already.
How come? Yeah, how come people aren't doing like just a baby reveal? Like,
why can't you just fucking cut a cake with some food coloring in it
Yeah,
and go, oh, it's pink.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're having a girl.
yeah. Well, because everybody has to outdo the other asshole on the internet, So
Yeah.
like this guy was like, I'm gonna burn the forest to the ground.
And listen, I get
Some
it.
other guys like, I'm gonna cut the
80
wings
of
off.
explosives, dude.
80 pounds of explosives. He's like, I'm going to perform a terroristic act to prove that my son...
All right, that's the explosion in New Hampshire in 2021. 80 pounds of explosives were detonated at a gender reveal party in Kingston, New Hampshire. No one was injured, but the explosion caused the foundation of neighboring homes to shake and form cracks in the walls.
They fucking knocked the goddamn houses off their foundation. Oh shit.
Oh, dude, the bomb building in New York. A father-to-be and his brother were building an explosive device to be used at the gender reveal party for his new baby. It malfunctioned. The father was tragically killed, and his brother sustained serious injuries. It's just wild, man. Wild.
Crazy. That's New York, though.
Listen, people.
Isn't it crazy that in New York you can say that? In New York, you can just go,
Yeah.
"That's New York. What are you gonna
What are you gonna do, man? That's what
Forget
we do
about
around
it.
here.
Forget about it. We sometimes make bombs and just fuck up and touch the wrong wires together, you know?
I mean, like, why doesn't logic set in? Like,
I don't know.
we're gonna use an explosive device to reveal gender. Like, that's like saying, like, I don't know.
We didn't do anything. We just looked at the paper and we were like, "Oh no shit."
Neither
we're
did
having,
I.
We're having a fucking boy.
I found
That's
out.
Cool.
I found out that I was having a boy or a girl at the doctor's office
Yeah,
with my significant other. And I
Yep.
went, oh shit,
that's cool.
we're having a boy.
Yep. Yeah, with Christopher.
And then you would tell people on the phone, and you'd get genuine reactions out of the people you cared about.
Yeah, dude.
Chances are you had a party, and I might have only showed up because you had Stromboli.
I think that with Christopher, it was really like just like a lot of old school parents is like the person that was doing the ultrasound was just like, "Yep, right there. That's
the penis.
That's the penis. There
Yep.
he is. That's his dick, man."
You
and
know what we should
like
do?
every typical dad, you just go, "Look at my boy. He's got a big ass dick," and they're like, "No, that's the umbilical cord." You know, like. Because everybody does it. Everybody says it. It's like the oldest, dumbest joke in the world.
I can't
It's-
imagine like finding that out and being like, we should have a party.
Yeah.
Like, what are you kidding
Let's
me?
have a party. Let's
This is
get-
the most stressful time of my life having a kid.
Yeah, dude.
It's the most stressful shit in the world.
So the next gender reveal, because I have a cousin that's having a kid right now. So let's, I think we need to organize that we're going to go down to a field and we're going to get some horse shit and cow shit and a couple, like basically like a fucking 16-foot box truck full of cow shit and diesel in giant tanks, and we're going to line it with the color of the gender inside there, and that's how we're going to reveal. We're basically going to explode an entire fucking box truck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think, man? You think that's a great idea?
I think that would work for me.
As long as we don't drive near any federal buildings, we should stay out of jail.
Dude, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you're basically...
The Timothy McVeigh
Yeah,
fucking
man.
gender
Like, you're
reveal.
doing... Like, right. Like, these are, like, fucking bombing style fucking
Well, so this is the thing, man.
operations.
In memory...
Do we just have too much access to things like that?
So this is the problem with being a free-born American is that, like, sometimes the general population is pretty fucking stupid.
A lot of
and-
people are fucking stupid, dude.
And you need to, like... This is why gun control is a thing. Why people are so concerned about gun control. Because they're like, yeah, but I'm smart enough to know not to bring my guns to school or to work or to whatever, to the post office and shoot the place up. But you aren't. You're dumb, you know? And I'm not justifying gun control because I still do believe that, like... I think nature will find a way. Remember, you ever watch Jurassic Park?
Nah, I never watched it.
Really?
I haven't.
The
And,
original one?
Dude, I get shit for this all the time.
You're a fucking weird dude, man.
Listen, one of my stepkids was obsessed with it, and I
Really?
still hadn't seen it.
No shit.
I never watched a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit I haven't watched.
Jurassic Park, the first one, was one of those stories that they really should have just left alone because it was a great fucking
Yeah.
movie, man.
I did see the porn parody, Jurassic Tits. That was pretty good.
Were they huge?
Yes.
They were Jurassic size?
Oh my god.
I'm going to have to see that later.
Pretty good.
Is this going to be a porn episode?
No, it's not. No.
I want to
It's
see
just a
Jurassic titties, you know?
joke. Jurassic Tits. Maybe that'll be the name of this episode. Jurassic Tits.
Jurassic tits. I don't think we can put that.
No?
I don't think we can put tits.
Really?
Yeah, damn, can't do that. Can't put titties.
Can't say titties.
Jurassic boobies.
Wow.
Jurassic boobies. Yeah. As
Sorry, tell me about Jurassic Park.
Okay, so in Jurassic Park, at one point, Jeff Goldblum is a scientist that's on the island. And the guy who made the island, the rich guy, who is also kind of a scientist and knows a little about science, is explaining that all of the dinosaurs on the island are all one gender so that they can't reproduce without the scientists knowing. The scientists are the only ones that can create new dinosaurs on the island. And Jeff Goldblum says, you know, he goes through this whole logic of like, well, nature always finds a way.
Right.
Nature finds a way, you know? So what I'm saying that for is because if people are dumb, sometimes you need nature to find a way, and that means letting them blow themselves up,
Natural
or
selection.
accidentally shoot themselves.
It's called natural selection.
Yeah, the Darwinism, you know, the Darwin Awards or whatever they're, you know, like, dude, you have to allow the tolerance to measure itself and cut itself down, you know, like. But we don't do that. We don't do that. Do we, like, oh, listen, this guy, you know, he ran over 6 people in his car on purpose, but we're going to let him live in prison for the rest of his fucking life. No, dude, just
get him out of here.
Let one of the victims drag him behind his own car.
Dude, I saw something like that not too long ago. This fucking dude was like fucking swerving in and out of like a fucking kid's parade or some shit like that.
No, that was the guy doing donuts or doing a burnout in the pickup truck.
No, not recently. This was like maybe one kid died or something, and it was terrible what I saw. It was like, and dude was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna, like, people are fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
People are nuts.
Yeah.
Dude, I was in the post office yesterday, and this kid was in there with his mom, and they were fucking losing their shit over a QR code.
Really?
Like, I thought this kid was going to hit somebody randomly, and I thought it was going to be me.
Really?
Dude, I walked in.
The kid was flipping out. How old was the kid?
The kid had to be like, I'm going to say 20 to 22, but like angry. Like an angry big kid. Like a big angry boy.
Yeah.
And his mom was like this little frumpy dumpy fucking, like, and they were a combustible relationship.
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like he was testing her patience day in and day out, and she had no idea how to handle him. Like, and he was getting all pissed off about this QR code, and she kept talking. He's like, shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to concentrate. He obviously had some kind of issue.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there, and I was like, I'm not making eye contact with these people. I'm avoiding them at all costs. I just want to shit my shit out and get the fuck out of here. And
you're like a passenger on a New York subway. You're like, I'm not going to look at that.
But at the same time, I'm like gearing up because I think like he's going to hit somebody. And I think he might just fucking take a swing at me just for shits and giggles, you know? Because he's ready to hit somebody, you know?
Yeah.
And
I never meet these people.
Oh my God, dude. I was like, fuck. And then like another couple comes in while this is going on. And the lady, she looks at me with these big eyes like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah. Like, really? What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then some dude comes in, black dude comes in after that, and he looks at me, and I'm like, I know, dude. And like, and fucking, he's like, don't worry, man. If something fucking breaks out, we're all taking this motherfucker down. Like, this kid was pissed. This kid was pissed. And then he gets up to the fucking counter, and the guy that works the counter, he says to him, he goes, anything in here, liquid, fragile, perishable, anything like that, hazmat?
Just shipping out some heroin.
Like, but just like the general question that you have to ask somebody when they're shipping something out. He's like, what? Why? Why does it matter what's in there? Like, the kid starts getting mad, and he's like, dude, I have to ask. And fucking, so he's like, and then the mother says some shit to the fucking clerk, like, well, if it gets stolen, it's on you. And the fucking dude is like, I don't need to steal shit from you. I don't need to steal jack shit from anybody. Like, he's like, and then fucking, so like now he's arguing with the fucking clerk, and I'm like, oh my God, dude, like this is gonna fucking turn into a Pier 6 brawl in here. You know, it's gonna be me, this couple, and this dude fucking pummeling some fucking crazy 21-year-old kid who's ready to fucking kill everybody in his sight. And he's just saying shit like, on my life, I'm gonna fuck somebody up. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, this is wild. You know, which should take me 10 minutes in and out of the post office is turning into like, this is like some escalating shit. Like, there needs to be somebody here to fucking like restrain this kid.
Man.
It was wild. It was wild. It was scary.
I never get to meet crazies like that. One time in my life, I was somewhere and I went out to my car in a parking lot, and I get in and it was hot out, so I roll all the fucking windows down. Some fucking lunatic dude that was all drugged out or something walked past. And, like, dude, he's all bug-eyed. He's all, like... And he's, like, talking to himself. And then I see him look at me. And then he stops and looks at me again. And I'm watching him. And I'm thinking, dude, if you fucking try to rob me, I'm going to fuck you up. Because he weighed, like, probably, like, 110 pounds. You know? And he was, like, 6 foot tall. And I'm thinking, like, dude, I'm just going to fuck you up. I'm going to maul you if you come near me. So, like, dude, at one point, he fucking stops. And he's like, what? What? And he's like yelling at me. So, like, dude, at this point, I'm like, nah, we're not fucking doing this. I'm just going to shut you down. And I just jump out of the car and stand there and look at him. And I was like, what's your fucking problem? And the guy was like, nothing, man. Nothing. And he just kind of like wanders off. And I swear to God, I'm not a badass. But maybe I do carry myself a certain way that I never meet the crazies. I never get to fucking... That was like my one and done, and it went so... I was like disappointed. I was like, oh man, is this crazy fuck gonna do some weird shit right now?
Dude, the crazy's just fucking... That's what crazy is. You can't predict crazy. Dude, one time I lived in Fallcroft.
Yeah, but you gotta out-crazy him. I think when you see a guy like that...
I'm not a crazy guy.
So, like, I hate young people that use these dumbass, like, hip-hop cliche, like, all my life, all my life.
Oh my God, yeah.
Dude... I'm gonna end your fucking life if you don't shut the fuck up right now. You know, like, and to me, like, dude, you're lucky that I wasn't standing in line behind you.
Oh, dude, I was ready.
Because I would have flat out told him, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, see, I wasn't doing that because I just wanted him to finish with his transaction and go.
Yeah, but I'm the confrontational guy.
I'm not a confrontational guy. I was kind of standing there and I was on guard, and I thought, okay, if he comes near me, we're fucking rumbling.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a fighter.
Sure.
But you ain't gonna fucking come at me and do anything to me.
Yeah.
I will fucking fight you back, and I'm gonna hit you first.
But they're all full of shit. When a young guy is talking
this kid was fucking... Dude, there was something going on with him that wasn't like, this wasn't bravado.
You think he was drugged out, or?
No, I think this was like, because even after they were done and they were leaving, the clerk said, everything's all right, everything's going to be fine. And then the mother was like, nothing is ever all right or fine. Like, so he's obviously an issue for her. Yeah. Like, he might be on the spectrum or something. He might have, like, some kind of, like, neurological disability or something that makes him this way. Because even when I passed him in the parking lot, he was still in the car seething. Yeah. Seething with anger, and I don't know what the fuck he was so mad about. But he obviously had something going on with himself. But I was thinking,
this is the problem with population control that nobody wants to admit is, dude, sometimes you need to put a kid down. You know, like, just.
I mean, if he'd have come at me, I'd have fucking had to do something.
I'm just saying, like, you know, if you had a dog with rabies, you take him behind the shed and put a hole in his head. You know, like.
Yeah,
maybe some of these kids.
That was kind of low. He seemed almost rabid. That's what it was. It was like, what the fuck?
Maybe some of these kids, you know. I think if you did it to like 2 or 3 of them, the other fucking 10 would understand that, like, my parents are going to fuck me up if I don't, you know. If I act too fucking crazy. Listen, there's no consequences, John.
All I could say was...
There's no fucking consequences.
It was, you could cut the electricity in that room with a knife that day. And there was 4 people there, me and the 3 other people we were all on guard, like, we were going to fuck this dude up if he fucking snaps out. Like, that's all that's happening here. This dude is getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, that was kind of like like, you could feel it. And then as soon as he left the room, the fucking tension just left the room with him. Yeah. We're like, oh, thank God, you know?
Yeah.
But, dude, like, I remember one time when I lived in Fallcroft. I'm in I had, like, a little fucking corny-ass minivan because I had so many, like, I had a huge family at that point. Like, my kids were all young, and...
Was it like a Dodge Caravan?
Yeah, I had, like, a fucking minivan. Like, that's what I used to drive as a minivan. And I'm, like, parked at the 7-Eleven, and this dude, who I didn't know who he was at the time, turns out somebody we went to high school with, fucking... He jumps on the back of my minivan, unprovoked, and it's just like... Woo! Like, freaking the fuck out, acting like a nut. Nothing was going on, man. There was no cause for excitement, nothing. He's fucking freaking out, jumping up and down on my minivan, shaking the minivan. And I'm like, dude, get the fuck off my car, you know? And then he gets off of my car and he's fucking going nuts in the parking lot, like going nuts. He was obviously on something.
Were your kids in the car?
No, it was just me. So I pull out. Like, as soon as he gets off and he's away from him, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. You know, I'm not sticking around. So I pull out and I get out. Dude, I can't tell you how it fucks with your mind when you see something out of context. Okay? This dude's pants were completely ripped. His clothes were destroyed. His dick was out. Like, dick was out. Like, swinging in the fucking breeze on Delmar Drive.
Really?
You know? And I'm fucking sitting there and I'm looking and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, he's all drugged out.
He was drugged out of his mind and he's like sitting in a puddle, like fucking splashing water on himself. And he's like ass naked. It was fucking insane. And then like the cops show up while I'm there and they're like, don't go nowhere. And I was like, okay. And they fucking had to tackle him and put him down and everything. It was fucking wild. And I was just like, this is crazy. Like, 1 minute I'm fucking in 7-Eleven buying fucking sugar. And the next minute, somebody's fucking drugged out, acting fucking crazy out here. And the cop was actually somebody that we went to high school with.
Really?
And he's like, what happened? And I was like, dude, I wasn't doing shit. I was just sitting in the... He was like, I know you didn't do nothing. And he tells me who the guy is. He's like, yeah, that's somebody we went to high school with. And I'm like, Jesus. And it's just so weird. Like, the whole context of everything. The nakedness. The fucking... going to high school with this person and all this shit. And it's like, man, like, the way, like... things pan out.
Yeah.
It was just bizarre to me. But I was like so fucking like taken aback by this whole thing. It was insane.
I don't know, man.
But then he was like, yeah, he's been on some fucking crazy drugs, obviously. I was like, no shit, dude. Like, no fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Natural selection has to weed some of us out, right?
It's supposed to. We're fighting it, man. We're fighting it, you know? We just let people keep just doing what they want to do, and we just like, you know. So I was watching, I watched some bullshit clip. It was like a conservative. It was obviously conservative bias, you know, somebody's conservative bias opinion about something, and they were like, look, even CNN couldn't deny how bad it was, and they showed in California that they were in like a CVS or a Walgreens or something, and literally every shelf was like chained and walled off so that you couldn't touch anything in the entire store without asking an employee to come unlock it and get it and bring it up to the register for you, because it was a CNN reporter that was standing in there, and they watched a person just grab something and then turn around and walk right out the fucking door, and nobody stopped. So then the reporter just said, did that guy just steal something? And they were like, yep, yes he did, you know? And it's like, so the person who made the video was trying to illustrate that even CNN can't deny anymore how bad left-leaning communities are with the lack of rules, and you know, like, I don't know, dude, I don't know, man. It's so fucking,
it's bizarre.
It's so crazy, you know.
Dude, I like, sometimes I'll leave my house on a Saturday to go to the store and be like, I gotta go get some groceries, I gotta go get this, I need like a fucking towel rack, something, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
A towel rack.
Whatever.
Really? You want to buy a towel rack?
No, I'm just saying, like, if I'm going to, like, Walmart or some shit and I gotta get something.
Okay.
Like, just something.
Like a towel rack.
Like a towel rack. Something from the
That's
DIY
the name of this
section.
Episode. Towel rack.
I think the name of this episode needs to be Natural Selection. But, dude, I wonder, like, and, like, I go and I see all these people out there and the way they're acting and, and I just go, there's a reason why I don't fucking leave my house most of the time. Like, it's fucking scary, man. Like, you just get, and just to see the way that people interact with each other, the way they interact at the fucking register with people, and like, yo, man, this guy's just doing his job. This girl's just fucking ringing you up. Why are you giving her a hard time? Like, people are so confrontational. They're just off.
Yeah, but that's this area.
They're just so off. They're off.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like this area is very confrontational.
Yeah. And it drives me to be confrontational sometimes, too. Like, somebody's stupidity drives me to be confrontational sometimes.
Yeah, but you know what's ridiculous is that we take a lot of pride in it too. So
Yeah.
like Delco is now becoming known as one of the toughest neighborhoods in the country. Dude, somebody told me the other day, I was somewhere, I was at that dog retreat with my wife. We
Yeah.
were up there in the mountains.
We're kind of
The
earning a
woman-
reputation.
Dude, the woman said, she goes, I said, yeah, well, we live in Prospect Park, which is like a part of this. We're in Delaware County, they call us. And she's like, yeah, I know, Delco. She's like, yeah, I know about you guys. And I was like, yeah, like, you know. And I'm like, well, what do you, like, and she's like, yeah, man, you guys are fucking brutal, you know. And I'm like, is it really, like, that bad that, like,
Yeah.
you know, is it really that we're getting, and we're proud of it, you know? I'll admit it, there's a part of me that laughs about it and thinks it's funny, you know? It's like being from Brooklyn in the 80s or 90s. It's like, yeah, dude, you know?
That's us.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, this is what we do. We're tough as fuck, you know?
It's like
I
our
don't know.
reputation as like Philly sports fans is like, you know,
It's-
we're
it's
debaucherous, crazy people. You know?
It's fucking, you know, it's kind of crazy because it's also not very productive.
No.
You know, like if you, you know, and I'm like I said, I'm guilty of it too. We were in a comedy show up in New York a few months ago, me and Gabby, and it was a comedy show, and they were talking to these people in the back who were tourists. The guy on stage asked the people in the back, "Where are you from?" And they said Dallas. And as a joke, I just yell out, "Yeah, well, fuck Dallas." I think it's hilarious.
right,
you know?
right.
I'm not even a sports guy. I don't fucking
No.
care, you know? But the guy on stage didn't have a clue. Like, he
Why?
had no
Yeah.
idea why I said that. So the people in the back were like, oh, yeah, he's from Philly, you know? And, like... Which I'm laughing, but nobody else in the room
Yeah.
gets it. Me and my wife are chuckling, like, yeah, fuck you, you know, like, but like that's how bad it is. Is like that's our sense of humor. Is
Right.
like that's fucking hilarious, you know?
Dude, like, I think back to it, like, growing up here and stuff. I remember it was, like, certain neighborhoods, you were like, oh, yeah, that's a nice town, and you'd be like, oh, well, that kid's from this town, and you're like, that town fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But it's like, I would much rather live in that sucky town than, like, some of these other towns now,
Sure.
because it's like, that place is kind of quieted down quite a bit. Like,
What's that, like Eddystone?
well,
or,
like Tinicum. Like,
yeah,
Tinicum
yeah.
always had, like, a bad rap for some reason, and I never understood it, because everybody I've ever met that I became friends with out of Tinicum were, like, pretty fucking cool, and, like, I've had lasting friendships with them, you know?
Yeah, but you're...
I'm from another fucking area altogether, though. you
Yeah,
know?
but you're also from a tough area. So,
Yeah.
like, Tinicum, Eddystone, Darby, Fallcroft...
They kind of get that reputation for being closer to being, like, a Philly neighborhood than it is, like a suburban neighborhood.
Yeah, so like when you talk to somebody and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm from here or there," or Marcus Hook, Trainer, Chester, whatever, Sharon Hill, people are just like, "Don't fucking live there," you know. And then that's the comedy of Delco itself. Is it's self-hating, like
Right.
like people from Prospect Park think people from Ridley are cunts. You know, and they think that they're like, oh, you think your shit don't stink. There's rivalries all over the place.
It's ridiculous.
Everybody below McDade Boulevard thinks that anybody that lives above McDade Boulevard is a fucking asshole. You know? Yeah, well, at McDade Boulevard or Baltimore Pike is probably more accurate.
Yeah.
Everybody who lives above Baltimore Pike is,
Like
you know,
Springfield.
yeah,
and shit like that.
Springfield, you know, you get out towards Media and Swarthmore and all of that. It's like, you know, you think your shit don't stink, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, there's these fine lines that people draw, and they're like, wow, we're Delco. We're lower Delco. We're closer to the river, you know? And it's like, oh, my God, dude, I don't fucking care anymore. I want to live on a farm somewhere away from all of you. I don't want to fucking do any of this anymore.
I don't want to go to Walmart anymore, man. I gotta
Dude,
be honest with
Walmart
you.
is horrible.
Oh my god.
I refuse to go to Walmart. And Target's getting just as bad.
Yeah.
It was only a matter of time before Target would, because people are like, oh yeah, Target's better. They got better products. They don't. It's all the same shit.
It's the only
But-
thing that makes it better is that you have to pay more for it.
Yeah.
I guess that's the idea there.
But
Cause
there's
like,
still assholes in there.
oh
you
yeah.
know? The employees are still assholes. The
Yeah.
fucking people shopping in there are assholes.
Walmarts are fucking brutal.
Walmarts.
They are brutal, bro.
Remember that website that used to be People of Walmart?
Yeah.
Dude, it was great. You could see the craziest shit. Now it's probably offensive because I'm sure a lot of the pictures were like trans people and
Or like
other...
stereotypes or whatever.
Yeah,
fuck,
dude, just brutal, like just ridiculous, you know? But that's really like whenever you think, but that's the problem is we never look at ourselves and go, dude, there's a website called Walmart of People.
Yeah, people.
This is
Walmart,
what
right?
people think of us. This is
Yeah.
how ridiculous we are, you know? Instead of looking at it and saying that, they go, oh, you can't make fun of us for being 685 fucking pounds on a jazzy chair, wearing fucking, like, stilettos and fucking fishnet stockings and, like,
yeah, being
you
dressed
know,
like a jerk off.
yeah, and having a beard, and it's like, dude, why do you talk? Everything about this is so eccentric that you look
How could you not giggle at it?
you look like a fucking cartoon character, you know? Like,
Dude, I giggle at so much stuff that people are like, that's not funny. Why are you laughing at that? Like,
yeah,
I'm laughing because it looks fucking silly.
yeah,
I don't think I'm better than anybody, but some things are just fucking silly, you know? Like, I used to laugh. Like, look, in high school, people would have looked at me and been like, he's like one of those fucking hard rock grungy fucking kids or whatever.
sure,
And they would have lumped me in with all the kids that were like conforming to not conform, I guess.
yeah,
But I wasn't.
yeah.
I was just, you know.
But you were.
Yeah, I think the only thing that was,
I'm just
was
fucking
I
with
had
you.
longer hair or whatever. That
I'm
was
just
it. I
talking
think
shit.
that was the
and
only
you wore
thing.
flannels, man. You wore flannels.
But yeah, but you know what I didn't do? I didn't fucking paint my face.
yeah,
I didn't wear fucking 400 pieces of jewelry.
yeah.
And
You didn't have
I didn't have
fishnets on your
fishnets on
hands.
my arms.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like there wasn't a whole lot of production behind it.
yeah.
I just didn't cut my hair. That was
Yeah.
it. But like I've always giggled at shit like that. Always like been like, man, you look ridiculous. When I see like gay pride parades and I see these little fucking like little fucking buff little twinks that have like a bow tie and a collar with no shirt, I laugh at it. You look funny, bro. Like what do you look like a fucking like a pro wrestler or some shit. Like it's a goofy getup. What the like you look goofy. I'm laughing at you because it's funny.
Yeah.
But dude, so like the people in Walmart, yeah, it's funny, man. It's funny when you see like a fucking giant fucking lady wearing a half shirt, you know? It's just like, what are you doing? Or like, you know, the whole Delco outfit is funny. When you see the girls walking around in their pajama pants with like Cookie Monster on the motherfucker, and it's
God.
like,
And
just put on a fucking pair of pants.
fuzzy slippers, hair's all fucked up with
Yep.
giant hoop earrings,
Yeah.
track marks on her arms and shit.
Well,
You're
and
like,
it doesn't even have to
Jesus
be about the
Christ.
track marks so much. It just has to be like you left the house
Yeah.
looking like you just like somebody just fired a t-shirt cannon at you, you know, like. And not that I'm much better, but I don't know. I think
don't
we
know,
just
man.
get so used to like being comfortable, like nobody takes us seriously.
Well, I think that's the problem is this whole selfish mentality of like, you should accept me exactly as I am.
You need to take me seriously no matter what.
Well, the reality is
Nobody's going to respect you without you adding to it first.
everybody's trying to change the algorithm, but the algorithm is unchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
And by algorithm, I mean like social norms. So, let's say you're looking for a job. You're looking for a job and you got a fucking face tattoo. You got
I'm
some
not hiring
stupid
you.
shit written on your eyebrows, or a fucking word written down the side of your cheek, or like, you know, I don't know, a fucking dick under your fucking chin on your neck. Like, you tell the world, no, this is how I am. You need to just accept that I'm a professional and I look like this. And the truth is no matter how hard you fight the way the world is, you're not going to win.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be a lawyer in a fucking professional, firm looking like a fucking moron. You're not.
Yeah.
And you do look like a moron. I am.
Face tattoos are kind of crazy.
To me, I think that, like, I think there was a comedian, I think it was Bill Burr or somebody, he was like, dude, when you see somebody that draws on their fucking face permanently, you have to accept that, like, dude, you've given up on fucking moving up the food chain. Like, you have just made a decision that, like, yep, fuck it, this is all I'm gonna be.
And there's like there's
know?
another school of thought to that, like, because I know people that that have face tattoos. Like, I know them.
Sure,
And,
me too.
and look,
I'm not saying they ain't smart.
No. Like, the people that I know that have them, okay, they're generally tattoo artists.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
guys that work in that field.
Sure.
They're guys that make money off of talent that they have.
Yeah.
Whether it be music, tattooing, art, whatever. They've found a niche in their life where this is how they're going to sustain themselves forever.
Yeah.
They've accomplished that much. If they want to get their fucking face tattooed, that's their prerogative.
It doesn't even matter.
They're not going to drive a fucking truck. They're not getting up to go to an office. They're not going
even
to work
if
at a
you
Walmart.
are, like if you're driving a truck or you're an iron worker in the city, which it's still debatable because, like, if you're an iron worker and the Children's Hospital decides we need a bunch of guys to come and build, an addition on the hospital,
Right.
and you look like a scary fucking dude,
They're not going to want you there.
they're going to tell you to go back to the fucking hall, and they're going to call somebody else to come up here that looks a little bit better, you know? So, like...
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, these guys are not ever going to do any of those professions.
Sure.
So, like, I work for a trucking company that if you walked in with tattoos on your face, they're not going to want to send you out to our customers.
Right. Yeah.
Looking that way.
Yeah. So what I was thinking is that in the early days, you dressed for the position that you wanted or the one above that you wanted. And people think that they're going to beat the system. They think that, like, no, I'm going to prove you wrong. I can be a Starbucks employee and have fucking, 18-inch fucking points on the top of my head and it doesn't matter. Or work in a machine shop and have, like, fucking piercings and all kinds of shit hanging off my body and, like...
I think what bothers me about it is the effort that goes into it.
Yeah.
Why did you focus so much on something so fucking trivial?
Well, but it just goes on and on forever, So, like, then it reaches into the hot topics. Like, look at the
I can't stand on the hot topic.
No,
I
that's
fucking
not what
hate it.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like...
Oh, the hot topics.
Like,
I thought you were talking about the fucking
so,
store.
like, the social... No. Like, it goes so far as to, like, then the argument starts leading into the controversial social subjects that are currently going on, like the trans community.
Right.
You have this school teacher who's a trans person that goes out and gets these fake tits that are, like...
Enormous.
She or whoever needs a fucking wheelbarrow to move them around with, and you have this super tight shirt on with no bra, so you're fucking pointing these giant ass tits at all these little kids.
It's a distraction.
Dude, you don't think this is ridiculous regardless of what gender you are? Like, I wouldn't want a woman teaching my children
that would get
like
big
this.
tits. Like, if you took your natural tits and made them fucking the size of watermelons on purpose.
Yeah.
And you were a natural woman and you're going into school. Not that my kids are aroused by your fucking big stupid tits, but they're distracted by your big stupid tits. That's all I'm going to see when I look at you.
And you're not even making a worthy attempt to look professional and kind of cover this up. Listen, in your personal life, you want to go dress like a fucking stripper or whatever in your off time? That's fine.
Yeah.
But in the presence of my fucking children...
It's too much for a kid to digest.
Yeah.
That's my thought on it, is like, my kid's got enough on his plate just trying to do the work that you're putting in front of him.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to digest the thing that you're trying to fucking convey to the world for your own personal...
It's, It's crazy, man.
It is crazy, man. The whole thing is crazy.
Yeah.
Gender reveals, fucking crazy people at the post office. I mean, what the fuck
Flat
was this
Earthers.
episode about?
Flat Earthers was last episode.
Yeah, natural selection.
Yeah.
Gotta weed them out. But
Jurassic Park.
I don't
Go
wish
home and
anybody...
watch Jurassic Park, dude.
I'm not watching it. I'm not going to watch it just because.
Do you think they're going to make dinosaurs, dude?
I don't care. I hope so.
I don't care.
If they do, I hope they send them to Walmart.
Send them to Walmart, let them eat in there.
Yeah.
The Velociraptors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Face tattoos.
Face tattoos.
We really went
eat them
off.
kids first. You know?
This is the product of too much caffeine for me.
Dude, I gotta piss so fucking bad, dude. Do you want to hear music?
Sure. How long do we go here?
45 minutes.
That'll work.
Play music.
Thanks for listening to Renaissance Manchild. Renaissance Manchild is a Yardbird Tuna production. If you enjoyed the show, please like, follow, and share. Any ideas or suggestions, feel free to reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram.
Oh, shit!
Mm-hmm. You talk good.